All right.
Okay.
This is the third try. Let's see if we can make it.
We're going to get there.
30 seconds in. We aren't 30 seconds in, but we'll make it 30 seconds this time.
Boo-boo, man.
If we mess up, then we'll restart again. I don't care if we're at 2 hours. We'll restart. Welcome to episode 9 of the Very Okay Podcast.
Oh, it's episode 9.
This is the episode before 10, after 8. We do not have a guest this week other than Mr. O'Clean.
We don't need a guest.
If you took 3 and then multiplied it by another 3, that's what episode this be.
Ooh, and also that.
Word.
We would like to apologize for not posting last week. I know 5 people were very upset about it.
And I love you 5 people for caring enough to be upset.
I wish that something in my life mattered.
We couldn't do it because it was my dog's birthday, and
I had to go pick up some dry cleaning.
Oh.
That's why you didn't want to do it yesterday?
Hold
Your dry cleaning? I gave this lady $20 and I don't know if she was gonna keep it or just I had to keep an eye on her.
Anyways, I want to go ahead and get this off my chest real quick because I've been ruminating on this since about freshman year of high school.
Oh.
But I know not a lot of people want to hear this or are going to agree with me. But the pizza they served at lunch was dog shit.
It's kind of fucked up that you'd say that because I disagree and slightly resent you. What you have said, it made me hate you, but admittedly, it made me respect you because you had the courage to step forward on the platform that we have and say such a terrible thing about such a beautiful item. That being said, breakfast pizza was also better than lunch pizza.
God made me this way.
I don't know why you would say that because what did you not like any school lunch?
No, I like school lunch. There were some things I liked.
What was your top tier?
It was probably the fries.
The chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, chicken patties.
The chicken patties.
The Chick-fil-A ones that they had?
No, just the frozen slabs of chicken.
The normal school ones that you'd have to pay extra for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Mix a little ketchup into some little honey mustard. Put that on there. That's it. Sometimes I would mix the ketchup with the ranch and I'd put it on there.
So that was your entire top tier, was those?
I mean, that and...
Did you put anything on the pizza? You didn't give it a chance?
No, I tried. I ate the pizza. It wasn't bad. It's just everyone's on that pizza's dick. You could anywhere you go. If you went to anyone who went to high school and ate that pizza, if you mentioned it, they're like, "Oh my god, bro, that shit was good."
Well, maybe those people weren't as fortunate as you, and that was the only meal they got every day.
Okay, whatever.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm sure that happened, but it's not important.
There was a point in my childhood where I was eating just hot dogs
And macaroni and cheese?
without bread, without condiments.
With a fork?
No, I would just...
Were they cooked? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Because I don't know about you, but my dad preferred to just chain smoke, drink coffee, and watch TV instead of cooking for me. So I kind of had to just roll with what I had. And that's if there was food in the fridge.
Dad, I'm hungry. He's like, I got a fucking pack of hot dogs last week. What are you talking about?
Have some cigarettes. Have some cigarettes, kid.
Are you hungry?
I just bought a carton of cigarettes and you're complaining about how you're hungry.
One time
I was a fucking nerve to come in here.
I was at my friend's house in 6th grade, and his mom was a dentist, so she had a little baggie in their house where everybody's toothbrush
full of teeth.
All of his friends, no matter who came and spent the night, she'd be like, "Oh, here's your toothbrush." And one time, this one kid, he was one of those kids who was just barefoot all the time, and the kid's mom was like, I got your toothbrush for you, and he's like, oh, it's okay, I brushed my teeth yesterday. So I'll accept you for your raw hot dog eating because there was an excuse behind it, but
there's something that I need to also say about food, and not a lot of my peers agree with me on this. One, I hate hot dogs, which that's not really that uncommon, but I hate ramen noodles.
What?
I hate ramen noodles.
I mean, you don't have to eat them.
I don't.
No one's putting a gun to your head. I will say that I probably feel the same way about you not liking ramen as you feel about me not liking the school pizza. And I love and accept you.
I think y'all both on some bullshit. You know, the school pizza you can get from the Schwan Man, that's not like low tier food. Like that's some expensive shit.
Fucking Dylan's over here like, I like all food. Because food is good and not bad and stuff.
I really don't.
When me and Cassie came back to town, she seen the Schwan Man, and she was like, oh, there's a Schwan Man here. And me and Dylan were like,
it's the same one from Louisiana.
Yeah.
No,
He's like Santa Claus.
That bitch be wildin' for real. She says things and it's just...
I don't know. She's clearly like a lot more happy than I am because she's just like, oh my gosh, did you see that tree? That's a beautiful tree.
She's the type of person to get like...
She's like
lost in the woods because she was chasing a butterfly.
Oh my god.
That's not far from her. I think it's happened.
Well, to get back on track.
I love you, Cassie.
Pizza.
No, none of that shit. I think we're done talking about that. We had some, well, first of all, how was your guys' week? 2-week period of us doing nothing.
It was really just me being stressed out about school and, I got drunk by myself, so...
See, we doing all kinds of good shit over here at the Very Okay Podcast. How wild was your week, Andrew?
I moved. Like, that's really all I got going on.
So yeah, we'd be doing all kinds of big moves and doing shit.
I have Google Fiber now, so that's pretty. If you don't have it, it's not that I think you're a bad person or a poor person. It's just that it's not that I'm better than you. It's that you're worse than me.
Is that
Andrew
an internet service?
Yeah,
getting a fucking
gigabyte.
one come up and Andrew's all fucking on his own nuts.
Have you ever seen that picture of the guy with the fur coat on, and it's like when you find $5 on the ground, you're like, "Don't touch me, broke bitch."
Yeah,
that's me now with my internet.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
I made that internet with my own 2 hands and a cable installer.
I come from a long line of internet farmers.
Did you see that? Did you guys see that picture? It was like the Comcast guy. He like fell asleep while he was installing somebody's modem.
And somebody just let him sleep.
Yeah, he probably got fired. They thought they were doing a nice thing. They were like, "I'll just let him sleep. I know how it is."
He's tired. His like phone's going off. Why you been at that house for 3 hours?
And then they drug tested him and he got fired. They're like, "What? You pass out or something?" And they drug tested him. I'm glad that person let me take a nap on their floor.
He was like in a diabetic coma.
Oh my
god. It's like, oh, you fell asleep.
I saw this one video. These people were like, it was like a plumber or something. It was like the cable guy. They had like a pet ferrets, and like one of them was just like attacking this guy, and all of the people were just laughing, and he was like screaming. Like, I don't know. Y'all motherfuckers need to get some ferret etiquette.
Well, I mean,
if y'all think that's okay.
It's a fucking ferret, and he's a grown man.
I think ferrets are dirty animals.
Oh, so one time when I was a firefighter, we pull up to this place because we had a smoke alarm go off. A goddamn peacock jumped off of the roof and just landed next to my assistant chief, who apparently is deathly afraid of peacocks. That's not something that you tell people, you know. It's like, if I was afraid of public drinking fountains, I wouldn't tell you guys, because the chances of me being a place where there is one not very high. So anyways, peacock lands 3 feet away from this guy. He flips his shit, climbs on top of the fire engine, and just starts screaming. This is like a 300-pound, 6'3" burly man letting out screams like a dying chicken on top of a fire truck. And at that point, I realized that that's who has my back when I go into places that are on fire. I should help him. And what I did was nothing.
What if you guys get called to a peacock fire?
It's just a house full of peacocks, and I heard he was talking shit, so they started a small fire in the kitchen, and they were like, what's up with that peacock shit, bro? And he was like, dear God, what have I done?
That's what hell is like, if it's real. Your worst fear. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, if hell is real, it's probably like...
just your worst fears.
It's probably me just like sitting in front of a screen, seeing all of the coincidences I like failed to notice. For Casey, it's all the puns that he wasn't able to make because he didn't catch on fast enough.
I'll fucking fight Casey. Anyways.
No.
He says one more pun. I'm going to punt him in the testicles.
I really thought you were going to say punch.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I love you, Casey. Anyways.
What you guys think we should talk about Andrew's newfound fame?
Oh, boy.
Hey, Andrew.
What the fuck did you do?
Can you explain to us why you're literally Hitler?
Can I just say that...
Before you go on, I want you to know that I'm literally shaking right now.
Before I talk about that, I would just like to go ahead and say that these beautiful things...
YouTube content only.
The very okay sweaters and hoodies are going to hit your block soon. Going to be taking over. See them on your local homeless man.
But first, we are holding a contest on our Facebook page, facebook.com/veryokaypod, for the first one. We're not going to sell any until this contest is over with, probably in about a week from now. But yeah, get your ass on our page and follow the instructions in the fucking descriptions of the post, so you can win the fucking hoodie.
Yeah, I'd be wearing one, but
we love Dylan less than we love ourselves.
If you guys...
there's no more in my size.
There was never any in your size. We're getting there, though. I ordered some XLs. I don't know if I'll order smalls unless somebody like really wants me. I don't know any small people. And if it's like...
Do you mean like children?
Like people who wear small.
Do you mean like...
Who do I know that wears small?
Do you mean like
midgets?
Vertically challenged?
I don't think they're like vertically challenged.
I said I don't know any small people.
I mean, I don't know people who wear small t-shirts
people.
in men's. But anyway, we got hoodies coming. That's probably part of the reason why we haven't recorded. But we're getting there. I got a heat press and all that good shit.
Heat press.
We're working. We're doing stuff.
Making moves.
Sometimes.
Making moves.
So Andrew, I know that was a pretty good like evasion of you going to be talking about what you did, but time is now. Put in the answers.
Okay. So this
really makes me like realize how long it's been since we recorded. Either that or like how much shit has happened.
A lot has happened.
My favorite part of... Never mind. We'll get to that.
Okay, so I just started at the beginning, I guess.
Yeah, it's like you guys have heard about.
First of all, I didn't think it was gonna be this. I didn't think I was gonna fuck around on a fucking Tuesday night and start a social revolution. It was meant to be a meme. Some girl was like, haha, got all this money, and I don't have to pay taxes like you idiots. So.
And what did she do for a living?
What?
She was an entrepreneur of sorts. And what I mean by that is that she sold pictures of things in her beehole.
So basically,
to lonely guys. And what I did, it was anonymously. Like I said, this was just meant to be a meme. I called the IRS and like gave them all her information because she was very public about like all of this stuff.
She was proud of her crimes.
Yeah. So like I said, this wasn't anything that was supposed to even go public. I just sent like I sent screenshots to my friend David Wu, who posted it, and then
it evolved.
It became something a lot bigger than myself. Basically,
just open it. All right.
So it, like I said, it became something a lot bigger than myself. It was originally just a meme. She got her Snapchat audited and taken away from her.
Oh, and you can send money through the app now.
And that was one part of it, and then I didn't realize how many people were gonna find it funny as I did. So
it's hilarious.
Haha! It just became like I don't know, like POL just got a hold of it and it's something entirely different. Like they were saying on the news and stuff that we were sending out death squads. We were like doing all this crazy shit, and it was really never that. If you wanna, that's what happens with 4chan. Yeah. They seen something and they abused it. And that's one of the beautiful and terrible things about 4chan. And
you beautiful monsters.
It's just when more than one person is doing something, then you're not responsible for all of the people that are doing things. Like they're on the internet.
I would just like to make that clear. We never had any role in the doxing or any of that. It's also really fucked up what they did to David, because they started like making a bunch of fake screenshots accusing him of like soliciting a minor and like saying that he wants her to be sexually assaulted and all this stuff. And then they come out and they say, "Oh, I lied. These are all lies. Everything that I published here was fake." And it's a person who had done it like multiple times, and the damage is already done. You destroy a person's reputation.
You admitting that is not going to spread like the lie that you originally posted.
It's like people who actually get locked up for murder and rape and shit, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, we fucked up. My bad. You're free."
No.
Everyone's still like.
Yeah. Like if Bill Cosby got released right now and they said he was innocent, I guarantee you it would get like 2% of the coverage that was made of him like being accused.
Even if it was common knowledge that he was pronounced innocent, you'd still have that stigma
it's like a stain on your name.
Yeah.
And like you guys know, I'm not like a political person, but that's exactly what happened with Brett Kavanaugh. I don't know the story to the full extent. I wasn't there to make that judgment, but even if you disprove that, at a certain point, the accusations are going to carry a lot further than disproval.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to say thank you, to everyone who has made death threats towards me, towards my family, because I'm, quote, intolerant of other people's lifestyle. You are the very thing that you sought to destroy. If by calling me intolerant, you want me dead, you don't want me to say what I have to say, you are the most intolerant. You're not some woke individual for telling me that I should die. You're just being the straw man that you built of me.
Word.
Either way, so I also started, like, in the process of doing all this, I also started getting a bunch of PayPals shut down because you can send somebody like a couple of dollars and then report them for ripping you off, and then all of their funds get locked.
That's nifty.
I did it to like 12 people, and it was funny seeing screenshots on Twitter and stuff of like bank accounts with like $23,000. I didn't do those, but I know the people who did.
Yeah.
And their bank account or their PayPal account would get locked up, and they couldn't use the money at all ever again. And that's why people are mad at me.
How dare you report someone for breaking the law? Like, what the fuck?
I already said this before.
You know what sex workers are that have premium Snapchat or like other stuff? They are just strippers that are too lazy to go places.
They're strippers with lower morals and are lazy.
Yep. Oh, and I haven't said this before because I thought I shouldn't say it. I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. An incel is not the people who don't want to pay you for sex. An incel is not a person who thinks that you aren't worth their time. An incel is your audience if you are one of those people. You don't know what that means. You just sound like an NPC trying to break through the fourth wall. And I don't get it. Like, a lady called me an incel. I just said that I was a virgin because I, quote, wouldn't spend money on nudes.
Well, I feel like, one, there's no reason to spend money on nudes unless you're just completely socially inept and can't, like...
Yeah, unless you have no reason to leave the house or no, like, intent to leave your house.
Right. Unless you just physically can't speak to women, then yeah, sure, go ahead and buy nudes, I guess. But
I mean, I don't know if people know this, but like there are websites where you can see like naked women for free. You don't have to pay $20 a month to see some girl that you found on Tinder.
It's like yeah, I know that there's a lot of production quality and thought into the videos on Pornhub, but I would much prefer seeing a girl, with nudes through her phone camera. And what gives it like the real good touch is just seeing how dirty as fuck her room is as she's fingering herself with her hairbrush. That's what I pay money for.
I don't know if that's fingering. At that point, I don't think it's fingering.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
She's doing the sex with herself with a hairbrush.
Apparently, you're just a loser if you are not the person that doesn't want to validate a girl who gets paid $50 once every 2 weeks to put a green bean can in her asshole for some Indian guy.
Well, Andrew,
I don't respect them.
I feel like
I don't respect you. I will never.
As women who choose to do the premium Snapchat cam girl stuff, I feel like a good amount of them aren't necessarily the most intelligent people.
They are not the most intelligent
people?
Okay.
They are not the most intelligent people.
I feel like if you're doing your thing, however you do it, and you do it the right and legal way, and you fear no consequences, then you should not be up my ass about the consequences. That's quite like as simply as I can put it. Like, all these people like blah blah blah. I do this the right way. You don't have anything on me. Okay, then don't type me 7 paragraphs in my inbox about how I should die for a thing that you are not going to get in trouble for.
Basically, ladies.
Basically, I'm saying fuck Antifa.
People just have different opinions.
Do you guys think Antifa is gonna? Do you guys want to talk about Antifa in our podcast?
They are fans now, and they hopefully subscribe to enter our contest for the free Very Okay podcast hoodie.
Change your name to the Very Okay Tifa. Fear me.
They doxed or tried to. They basically did like the Spark Notes dox of Andrew.
They got everything wrong.
All the information they got on you was stuff that I feel like they could have just gone to your Facebook.
For people who don't know, real quick, I think we should explain what doxing is. Isn't it just like busting you out, like saying where you live, where you work?
Yeah, doxing is release of public or private documents in order to... Normally, that's the first step in swatting. So... what they were hoping would happen is that people were going to call the police and send them to my address.
Isn't doing that very illegal?
Yeah.
Making fake calls to the police?
Yeah, and the guy was trying to, like, seem anonymous. Like, I don't know who you are, but you're not that slick. And
nice, slick.
I'm gonna tell a story about why that guy doesn't like me. Why that guy doesn't like me is
who?
Because, Damon McHugh. He knows. He's spooked at me. So he tried to tell me what type of phone that I had, and he got it wrong. So I sent him the IMEI number of his phone. It was when I still like did anything with networking or like social engineering.
Nerd stuff.
Yeah, when I still did nerd stuff.
Nerd
and
stuff.
Then he blocked me, and then he like tried to make a fake profile and say that he was like in the lizard clan, lizard squad, lizardmen, which every person who thinks that they're a hacker, you guys probably have never been through this. They just do this thing where they're like, I'm a lizard. And they think that you're going to go, oh, no. Oh, no, don't do it. But you know what those are? Do you know what Lizard Squad is?
Are you talking about like the Illuminati, like reptile people?
No. Lizard Squad is just like leftover people from 4chan and people that work for the police. So most of the time they don't really do anything like
so the part of the like police force is like calling people and tucking in the lizard voice. I'm a lizard. Hello, this is officer. I'm a lizard.
They just keep going and then the cops are like, please stop, no.
I'm sure that they're very proud of themselves. I just want to say I don't care about these people at all, and I hope somebody does, but I just really don't. I don't understand why. If your life is to the point where you have to go on the internet and attack somebody for
hurting your feelings,
quote unquote, wronging somebody else that has nothing to do with you, then you need to find a hobby or find your purpose in life. Maybe find a job or just do something. Literally anything. You could just pick up trash on the side of the road. It would be a better use of your time than online. At the end of the day, you'll have nothing to show for that. Your white knight good deeds online, even if they aren't even good. You might think they are, but
the amount of personal growth you're experiencing is negative.
Yeah. Whenever you're gone, hopefully not soon, but at the end of your life, people aren't going to be standing over your casket saying, I'm really glad he threatened that guy on Facebook. So, yeah. Do you have anything to rant about before that subject is closed?
Yeah. One last thing. Just realize that like what people did with David, and I didn't really go into this subject deep enough. I feel like if you were going to say false accusations about a person with no backing, or act like, oh, poor me, when people find out you're lying, when you say some terrible, horrible shit about another human, I want you to know that deep, deep down, the pain that you feel is good. And I'm glad that you regret doing it, and I'm glad that it hurts you to know that you said a shitty thing about a maybe good person, and then when shit hit the fan, nobody was left around you, and it was just you standing alone in your room facing the consequence of your own actions, because that's what your entire life will always be.
I feel like the lessons...
I hate you. No, I don't hate you. I don't even think about you.
Fucking Blue Bangs McGee shared this on Facebook saying this guy's a bad person. I think I'm going to share it too.
He Batman! Why he Batman? I don't know. Somebody say he Batman?
I think that the lessons that these people will end up learning are just things that the people they're attacking learned when they were like 14. When they had Facebook for the first time. Like, all that stuff you're talking about is like stuff that I've been like knowing, like, yeah, that's lame. Like, is it really worth your time? Like, when I was like 15, there on the back of Doritos bags, there used to be like featured fan segments on, like, it was like an article about like things that people do that are like good for the world.
I can tell where this is going.
This guy, he had the same last name as me, so I messaged him. I don't know what I said, and I don't want to remember, but it was a lot of 4-letter words that weren't nice. And I just remember he sent me like the longest paragraph that I've ever seen, just telling me like how he hopes I do better with my time, and like, damn, hopefully my personality won't be defined by 4-letter words to people I don't know and stuff. Like, he basically, like, he wasn't trying to like belittle me. He was literally telling me that he hopes that my life turns out better.
I bet.
And I see like a different view on everything.
That's like fucking KO.
And I was just like, damn.
Damn.
And I threw the Doritos bag away. It's like, people used to just like, their full information just used to be like in magazines and stuff.
Yeah. Like,
just like say what state you, like Lego magazine, it would say like your name and like what state you live in, and you're a child. Like, they would not do that today.
It would say like your name, age, and like state, and sometimes even specifically city.
Your school schedule.
Your school schedule.
Like, better not make somebody mad with your Lego sculpture
of the school.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just I fucking hate everything.
I think I have a rant, but I don't know if it's too early.
What? Just get it out of the way. Just do what you gotta do.
Since we last recorded, there's been a lot of new music that came out.
Oh, here we go.
Some of it was good.
I have to complain about something music.
I need to do this on my own for a second. I think everybody is familiar with a rapper named Earl Sweatshirt. It makes me ashamed to even wear a sweatshirt. There was a point in time where everybody was saying how good he was. Like, he's part of the group that Tyler, the Creator, got known for. And he hasn't released an album in around like 3.5 years or something close to that. But last week, it finally came out. I listened to it. Well, before I talk about that, I want to address like people who are like bandwagoners, people who will die on a hill for like something they don't really believe in. This album was really bad. Really bad, and it was unmixed, offbeat. All of the like loops in the beats were really short, so it just sounded like a skipping record, and he was freestyling offbeat over the whole thing. it actually sounded like he just freestyled and then didn't feel like making other beats to match it, so he just put them on any beat. But it's 24 minutes of that, and it's not good at all. And I've argued with like friends of mine. They're saying, "Oh, it's just not your style." I'm like, he said they're like, "Oh, it's really his best album." Do you know how much more you would enjoy life if you actually like listened to the things that you like? I know that everybody is like subject to their own opinion, and I just can't take this as an opinion that it's a good album. It's really bad. It is the worst thing I think I've heard in a long time, and I just don't understand why people decide to lie about their opinion of it. It hurts my feelings a lot.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
What do you got?
Okay, so I'm a really big Earl Sweatshirt fan, and I can't exactly let this last album deter me from being a fan of his. I can't discredit the music that I like in his past. However, this album, it was like he was trying for Flower Boy, but instead he just went into the recording studio, took a fucking frothy shit, and walked out. This was like he had to try to be as bad as it was. Like, if you listen to anything else by Earl Sweatshirt and you hold it to its own metric, or if you hold it as a metric rather, compared to this fucking album, it's leagues and leagues better. Because what he tried to do is he tried to be creative. It was like all of the bad part of any X album. That's exactly what it was like. Because I don't know if you guys necessarily agree with me in saying this, but X did have bad songs. He did.
Some of them. I mean, he was just effortless. Like, he did it off the top. Like, everything he made, he released, I feel like.
Yeah. Not to say that he didn't. I think he had more good music than he did bad, but he did have some very fucking bad music. It was like free form jazz, but like a guy was rapping and uncomfortable while he was rapping. Like, the room that he was recording in was like too hot,
full of
and he
peacocks.
just wanted to get out of there.
He had to poop, and his girlfriend was there.
Yeah,
it wasn't his girlfriend. It was a girl that he had like just been seeing for the first night. So
yeah,
he was like very uncomfortable with his bodily functions.
I think that, and I've never thought I would say this, but the new Earl album is the worst album I've ever heard.
The new Earl album.
Have you listened to it?
Mm-hmm. Is probably the Fallout 76 of rap music this year.
Is it the game really that bad?
Yeah.
Oh, but Bethesda fucked that shit all up.
Damn.
It was basically like, okay, you know when they announced Diablo Mobile? That's what it was like when, like, Earl's like, he walks out on stage and he's like, I got this hot new item for you. And everybody's like, Diablo on PC, Diablo on PC. And then he's like, it's a literal shit. And I took a shit in a CD case. Here you go. Please buy my shit.
I went into the studio.
You were good at fucking bars. That's what you're good at, motherfucking Earl Sweatshirt. You were good at spitting bars, and that's fucking apparently it.
I think that he thought that this was gonna be his like 808s and Heartbreak,
his magnum opus.
He thought that this was gonna be his artistic, like his chance. He thought it was gonna be his To Pimp a Butterfly or his 808s and Heartbreak. he thought that it was actually gonna be like the turning point, but it might be. But I really don't look forward to seeing more things like that. And I know we were talking a lot of shit about this album, but like, I really urge everybody to go listen to it. Like, we're not trying to take streams away from him. I really want you guys to see how bad this whole entire album
I mean,
is.
I still suck the motherfucker's dick, but only if he keeps not doing what he did.
I think that you shouldn't take anybody's opinion and make it your own just because they said it. So, if you would do me a favor, you're listening to this podcast, you do me a favor, go listen for yourself. You can formulate your own opinion. What I've said about it, what Dylan said about it, what Dilf has said about it, that doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter to an extent, but you have to experience this fucking Greek tragedy in your own life.
Greek tragedies are like tragedies, but worse.
And I listen to everything that I don't like.
If albums were babies, that was a fucking stillborn.
I mean, I got super excited about the Carter 5.
It's still good.
No.
It's good.
We're at a 7 out of 10.
There are like 4 or 5 good songs on that album, and there's
it's
like
so
23
long. It's like
songs.
25 songs.
Yeah, there's only like 4 or 5 of them that are good.
It might be something that you need to re-listen to.
Yeah,
maybe
you need to go back.
I think that for me personally, if I run through an album, the first time won't necessarily be my permanent feeling on it, but like, okay, like for example, the first time I heard The Prayer by Kid Cudi, just the song itself, I hated it, but it grew on me. Like the first time I heard Something Else, I really didn't like it as an album.
By Tech 9.
Yeah. But re-listening to it, I think the second time I re-listened to it, I was like, okay, yeah, I like this a lot better now. And it can depend on mood.
And you'll be able to decide whether or not you gave it a proper chance or not, because there's times where, like even the Earl thing and like every Logic album, I'm like, okay, I listened to it the first time with like a bad taste in my mouth. Like I was just like, okay, I'm actually gonna listen to it unbiased, and it just turns out the same every time because it's always bad.
Did you guys know that Logic is biracial?
I heard.
I don't believe that, but
I heard that he is in fact biracial.
But
I wonder what race is.
I think that
white and also white. White and less white.
Hey Andrew.
What?
Did you know that Logic is biracial?
I didn't.
In conclusion, it is very irresponsible to tell people whether or not something is good or bad if you are being biased. We all know that Earl album is dog shit. And people like people think that. Okay, here's another thing of what I was gonna say. People think that they're like, tell me, oh, you just don't understand it. Like, what do I have to like? If I can't,
you have to watch Rick and Morty.
If I can't listen to it,
I hope it's
and hear the sounds, like, what else can I? Like, you want me to like go out in the woods and eat peyote at like 12:03 at night? Like,
have you felt the album?
I don't want to come anywhere near a physical copy of it. No, I'm saying like people think they say you don't understand it. Like, are you calling me stupid? Do I have to like? Is there like 3D headphones I have to put on that like make me experience this album in a different way? Because we're listening to the same thing and you're telling me that I don't understand it.
I mean, it's kind of comes back to that one thing where people give opinions that are different from other people, and people get upset.
I understand that, and I won't argue that.
You have an opinion that's not my opinion.
I won't argue against that as hard on anything else. But this album, I won't. Even if Quincy Jones, Kanye West, and like P Diddy knocked on my door and said, "Hey, that new Earl album's good, and you're stupid," I would be like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like, I do not believe it at all.
Dilf, I don't know if you know this, but art, specifically music, is probably the most objective thing. So if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. All right?
I just want people to think for themselves.
It's like math. It's the same for everyone.
Mm-hmm. I want people to think for themselves and stop saying that something is a certain way when you don't really feel like it.
Think for this dick. You not woman like her.
Long story short, fuck Earl. X's new album comes out tonight at midnight. So
what did you just
by
say?
the time this is out, people
X.
will have already heard it.
What?
His new album, his
Who?
posthumous
Posthumanist.
album.
Post-hummus.
Post-hummus.
I love hummus.
It's so grainy.
Oh, I ran out of chips for my hummus.
It's so grainy.
But it's
I don't know what
good.
temperature to eat it at. Really cold? Should I I feel like I should let it sit on the counter for like 10 minutes before I eat it.
It don't matter.
I thought it was
You
supposed to
just
be like.
eat it.
I thought it was supposed to be like
Warm?
slightly cold, like slightly cold.
Slightly cold.
I don't know.
You mean chilled?
No, like
I say about to say it.
like you took it out of the fridge and forgot about it for an hour, and then it's time to eat hummus.
Yeah, that's pretty decent hummus consistency. I don't think there's a certain temperature.
What are you supposed to eat it with? Crackers or
Wait,
Pita
tortilla
chips.
So
Pita chips?
have you all listened to Bad?
By X?
Yeah,
I don't think
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't like it.
But
It's not terrible.
If they put disrespect on my man's name,
who?
if they produce something like if X makes a new, if his new album comes out and I hate it and it's like poorly mastered, badly put together, I'm going to deafen myself.
Andrew, that's pretty
I
much
don't
all
think-
his albums.
It's his style, so it would be really easy to like just make something because he is like the leader of the SoundCloud rappers, like just like make something real quick and put it out, but he just did it in a way that people liked a lot.
He went into the studio, put in minimal effort,
No.
and it was just perfect.
No, you guys are insane.
I think that he
So you're telling me the last two albums that he put out were minimal effort and rushed?
I'm
That-
kind
that-
of.
no,
that
we're
is-
not saying rush.
Andrew,
No, hold on.
That's just how he works.
That is
It's
your case.
hyperbole,
That is your
Andrew.
that is your case, and you are standing by it.
I'm not. I'm
Well,
not standing by it
okay.
because that's not my
Seem
case.
like a
You said that
coward.
we said it
'cause
You're
was
putting
rushed.
words in my fucking mouth.
Well, you just said something, and now you're saying a different thing. So
I think that you shouldn't even put his first album with his second album
I
because his
think
first album was like
that one. It was all his albums were not overly produced.
just say it. Just say it, you coward.
I'm just saying the production quality left much to be desired. Not necessarily much to be desired, but the production quality he had was pretty spot on.
it's his
But
style.
it wasn't really.
It fits
It's
him.
more of his style. I can't really say that it was bad production quality. It's just
It's how he did it.
it was the opposite of overly produced.
So what you're saying is that everything he made was poor quality.
No, it's
what you said.
almost
You
everything
did-
he made was good quality.
That's what you just said.
No, I'm just
No,
you
you
don't
just-
need to have good production to make a good album. You piece. Fuck you.
Something I would like to say is the only feature that is on his new album
It's
is Kanye.
West.
Damn.
It's
I was hoping.
always Kanye West.
I was hoping he'd have like
I hope Kanye like finished his album.
do another song with Keith Ape or
No,
Oh.
there's gonna be a members only album later on. But I will say that the
I'm lost in
Ski
You're
Mask album wasn't
found, but
as good as I thought it was gonna be.
be.
But what else do we have to talk about? We talked about shirts. We talked about the Thought Audit. Talked about Earl's album.
Thought Audit 2018. Never forget.
Did you guys?
Talking to the mic. Did we what?
What the fuck are you doing, you piece of shit?
So guys, we are having auditions for a third host.
Oh, sorry. No, the Joyner Lucas Tory Lanez thing. Who do you guys think won?
I feel like it was just like it got awkward and they just stopped. If Joyner Lucas didn't put out the last part, then I would have said that he won. But he put out that ZZ remix and it was not good.
I
So
think that was the best one.
My opinion on this whole thing is, if you want it, every time I hear Tory Lane, I think Joy Lane. and I think of that dude in Cleveland that shot the old
Say
dude
Joy
on
Lane.
camera. Because I don't know. So I'm just gonna say that.
Thank you for your input on this rap beef.
Every time someone says the rapper's name, I think of
every time
shootings.
I hear Joy Lane, I don't even think about that. I think about that T. Grizzly song, First Day Out. He says, "Joy Lane, bitch, but the money long as 6 miles."
Wait, he referenced that in a song?
Yeah. He says, "Joy Lane, bitch, but the money long as 6 mile." Something, I don't know. What
that cracked me the fuck up.
Can you believe that guy did that? I know this is old news. It's like 2 years.
Well, because Joy Lane wasn't a place. Joy Lane was a person.
I know it was
Right.
the woman that like.
It was like his ex-wife,
him.
wasn't it?
I think it was just his girlfriend.
It was his girlfriend or something that made him mad enough to just like start killing people.
Yeah, that guy's got issues. But anyway, the best part about that was somebody had posted the like unedited video of the old dude getting shot in one of the Marine groups that I'm in. And well, up until that point, it had been nothing but like revenge porn and cartel like execution videos and a bunch of like weird live leak stuff. But that video, I guess that was it. I guess that was when everyone wanted to get offended. So like it turned into like half of like I guess like a quarter of the group getting really upset about watching an old man get shot, and then the rest of it was just like, you were joking about the Holocaust 2 posts ago. Like how is this?
Put a wrench in your little plan there.
Yeah,
how about a group?
Everyone's just like, how about you quit being a pussy, or I'm going to find some more dead old people and to post on here. Well, lo and behold, shortly after that incident, the group got taken down by the government. But
see, the government is never doing anything bad, especially you Snapchat girls.
Well, I mean,
it's teaching y'all life lessons.
You know what?
I personally hate the government, and I don't think that they should have anything to do with taxes.
They're our sponsors
or auditing people. But I will say that because of how annoying cam girls are, I'm glad it's happening.
Don't talk about our sponsor like that.
Government, I love you.
Oh, I would just like, I would like to plug this really quick. If you report a cam girl or one of those types, and they're found guilty,
you can be financially compensated
for 30% of their yearly income.
You or a loved one may be entitled to compensation.
One of the person, like this person who I'm not going to say her name, she sent us financial records proving that she did pay taxes on everything. And she also proved that she made $35,000 a month.
A month?
Jesus.
A month.
I'd fucking...
Well,
man, if I had a pussy, I'd tell you what I'd be doing with it.
The people who do it right, like, there's nothing we can say about you. Like, you're not even in the discussion.
No,
she was probably.
Yeah, I would just like to say, like, every. Earlier I said, like, I hate them. It's not that I hate them in general. It's that the people who I've been interacting with, just like it is with most circumstances, the loudest people are the most ignorant. That's what I have an issue with. If you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, just shut up. Why is that so hard? Why do people that can't fight always want to fight? And why do stupid people always want to argue?
If you're repping something and you're doing stupid shit, you're making the whole group look like that. Be aware of your actions.
Perception is reality. Pussies.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So we were, what was we going to talk about? What should we talk about? Our delays.
Do you think Mr. Clean is gay or straight?
His left ear is pierced. So it's his left ear.
It's his left ear.
You didn't know that in 5th grade? When that one kid that sat next to you in class who had the spiked up hair gel in the front got his left ear pierced, and he told you why it was his left ear?
You know, his like weird ass like parents were probably just like, we're getting your left ear pierced. He's like, but I want the right. He's like, no son of mine is getting their right ear pierced.
By the way, Mr. Clean follows me on Twitter.
I wish I could have gotten gauges in high school, but I only have one earlobe.
I would have liked to get gauges if my body was like a secondary character. Like if I could like switch back to normal, I would have done it. But do you guys have anything to talk about? Oh, here's Mr. Clean following me. Just to prove
confirmed, Mr. Clean follows him.
Say it.
He do.
Yeah, he do that.
He did it. He really do be like it.
If you guys want to follow me on Twitter.
If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's, I don't know what my Instagram is. Fuck off.
My Twitter is @ very okay Dilf. Dilf is spelled DYLPH. We'll try to do like I think we need to make an Instagram soon.
Just block me on everything.
We need to make an Instagram for the podcast.
The very okay Instagram.
Just go ahead and follow me on Facebook. It's Dylan Rudd, because that's my name. Now my profile picture.
He'll be the one with the anime profile picture.
Yeah, right now my anime profile picture.
Can we just talk about how much of a coward
protagonist
you have to be to have an anime profile picture? And like, why would you try to argue with anyone? They're just gonna say you have an anime profile picture and then you lose.
No, but like,
you have an anime profile picture.
I don't think he tries to argue with anyone though.
I don't really try.
No.
He's like a bystander.
Like if someone tries to argue with me, then I will use my anime profile picture to bait them into untethered anger and rage.
Make them think that you're like a 14-year-old kid. Be like, freak off. Yeah. And then once they make you mad, you're just like, all right. And then it's like 8 paragraphs.
It's like,
you know what I really like doing?
Just like, hey, you have an anime profile picture. I'm not going to argue with you. And I'll be like, no.
Yes, you do. I see it right there.
No, I don't think so. No, I think you're retarded. Oh. Anyways.
Has anyone ever said no to fighting you?
Fight me. No.
No.
All right, I'm gonna leave.
That's actually only me.
I don't think anyone has a testicular fortitude to actually just straight up be like, no, I don't want to fight you. I'm terrified.
That has happened to me.
Really?
That's happened to me, and I don't even really fight like that. I haven't fought anybody in like 7 years.
Man, I really need to try and get some more smoke.
Yeah, you just need to go to the gas station and tell somebody that you don't want to buy their body wash. By the way,
you know what the best way to argue on the internet is? No matter what anybody says, just say, I don't understand. It doesn't matter what the post is about. It doesn't matter what's going on in the comments. Just say, I don't understand.
Yeah.
And then whatever they say back to it, say, that doesn't make any sense.
That's stupid. That's dumb.
Say, that doesn't make any sense. That's dumb. Or, is that fake? Did you make that? Any of those 3 answers, I promise you, is going to segue into like an avalanche of just, well, I guess if you're an idiot.
My favorite thing is to just see how much I can make somebody type with me typing like the least amount possible.
I like making people explain themselves.
I remember there was this one time I was playing Xbox and I said, like, we were playing Gears of War and we beat them really bad, and all I said was undercase LOL, and he messaged me. He's like, what, you think you're cool because you beat me in a video game? Like, all you do is sit at home, like, and like, it was like a big paragraph and all I just said is LOL, and he just kept saying, you're probably a little scrawny kid who can't fight. Like, I made this kid type with his controller. I love like moving the arrow like pressing A
when people will go out of their way to type like a novel long response, and like at one point they're just like, I bet you're just a sad piece of shit with no life. Just
The best thing is when you're arguing with someone on the internet, and then they say, "Whatever, I gotta go. I have to go to work. I have other things I should be doing," and it's like, did you take time out of your day that you had more important things going on just to correct somebody on the internet? You loser.
I would have just been like, wow, your job doesn't let you have your phone? Are you working McDonald's?
Thanks, I just
my dad owns a phone, idiot.
Thanks, I just wasted my whole hour break arguing with you. I'm gonna go back to work and I'm still hungry.
I can't say much about taking time out of my day to argue with people because it's happened a lot.
I mean, I've done it. It's just you can't use that as like, that can't be your fallback. You can't just be like, I'm busy and cool and awesome. I have sex with girls anyways, so bye.
I hate it when people say, like, I think there's like 2 or 3 signs that you're losing an argument. One is when you start like talking about their grammar.
Yeah.
2 is when you say that they're mad. 3 is when you say you're not like providing any valid points to the argument, but you just keep telling them to take the L.
I feel like
yo, just take the L. Like, why? For what? Like, because you told me to. You didn't disprove me.
I do that because it's really funny, and people get like
pisses people off. That's
people get really mad about it.
But there's people who are doing that because they see people doing that. Like, I can just tell, like, oh, you saw someone doing that, so you're doing it, and it doesn't.
I mean,
like,
if we're gonna be chivalrous about the internet arguing, then I feel like when you lose an argument, like the one golden rule to internet arguing, like according to the Geneva Convention, is if you attack them personally, you've lost.
Yeah. Oh, well, what do you mean by that?
There's this thing I really like doing where I like take their picture. It usually only works with like really uncomfortable,
like awkward
white guys, like
or any
older
woman,
white guys,
any girl.
Yes,
any woman.
Young white girls or young, well, yeah, basically just like any girl that has a like a filter. You just take it, zoom in a little bit, zoom in a little bit, zoom in a little bit,
and you don't have to say
you'll get
anything about it.
Where it's like,
you don't have to say anything about the way that they look. You just put a picture of them, and then if they get mad, then like
you're next, kiddo.
Are you getting mad at yourself, like the way you look? I remember one of my friends in high school got in trouble because he drew a picture of a girl, and like he was really good at drawing, but the girl wasn't the most conventionally attractive person, so she told on him for it, and it like looked just like her, but she said he was like making fun of her, and he just told the principal, like, I was just drawing a picture of what she looked like. Like, is that offensive that you look like that to yourself? Oh, and we have a poll going on Facebook.
I'm gonna talk about this for a second. The poll was, do you actually put water in the water cup you get from restaurants? 52% said yes, 48% said no. And I think it's kind of a toss-up for me. Like, 98% of the time I will get water in my water cup, but there's sometimes, honestly, this is what happens. If they have the thing where it's like lemonade and water in the same thing, and I accidentally hit the lemonade thing, and a little bit of lemonade goes in the cup, I'm gonna get fucking lemonade.
Is that accidentally or accidentally?
You've never done that where you like are trying to get water, you come in a little bit too hot, and then you hit the thing?
Andrew, very rarely do I go out of my way. If I'm asking for a water cup, I'm asking for a water cup because I don't want to pay for soda.
You're a criminal. I'm gonna call the IRS about these unpaid water taxes.
When I go to the gas station, I buy Smart Water.
So
that's so fucking cool.
No, actually, I get Life Water.
I drink Smart Water and I drink Bai?
The flavored shit?
No.
Bai is like flavor.
No, it's not.
Juice. It's like coconut.
No, they have Bai water.
Oh.
It's just like regular water. It's antioxidant water.
Fucking boring.
I say that.
Yeah. No taste in Bai.
Bye.
Bye.
Honestly, guys.
Look,
This is
I know you guys expected a long episode from us, but this week it's been really long. It feels like it's been 2 weeks.
I wish I was dead. I fucking wish
like
I was dead.
Yeah, so we've been real self-conscious about over here at the Very Okay Podcast.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, podcast viewers?
Sometimes I
Clinical
look in the mirror,
depression
I don't
here.
like what I see.
Guys, if you want the hoodie that you see us wearing, go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/veryokpod. Alright, bye. Shit.
Bye, bitch.
Come back from getting a drink and y'all are just done.
Bye.
My whole
Bye,
life
bitch.
is falling apart.